Good evening and welcome to the September 21st, 2023 regular Board of Education meeting. And we will start with potentially a roll call here from Ms. Haas.
Mr. Nickram,
Yes.
Mrs. Bukta,
Yes.
Mr. Rogers,
Yes.
Mrs. Selly.
All righty. And we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And at the start of every school board meeting, we start off by reading our mission and vision statement. The vision statement reads, achieving distinction in all that we do. And the mission statement reads, cultivate an inclusive, high-performing culture of growth and community. All right, moving on to comments from the audience on agenda and non-agenda items this evening. Do we have any?
We do not.
We do not. All right. We'll move on to the consent agenda this evening.
Yes, Robert's rules provide for a consent agenda listing several items for approval of the board in a single motion. Documentation concerning these items has been provided to all board members in advance to assure an extensive and thorough review and will become part of the permanent record. Items may be removed from the consent agenda at the request of any board member. This evening, items include item A, minutes of the August 17, 2023 regular meeting. Item B, personnel. Approve the following appointment effective August 23rd, 2023. That is Ashlyn Minks, 1.0 FTE art teacher at Fort Atkinson High School. Then also the resignation requests to be accepted upon satisfaction of liquidated damages for failure to perform in the amount of $1,500. That of Frank Korb, 1.0 FTE art teacher at Fort Atkinson High School, effective August 26, 2023. And Erica Kappingst, 1.0 FTE math teacher at Fort Atkinson High School, effective September 13th. Item C, early college credit program requests. Item D, the district school library plan. Item E, gifts to the district this evening, which includes a donation from the First Congregational United Church of Christ of 225 deodorants with an approximate value of $300. Then we have a donation from Russ Darrow Group of a 2004 Chevy Tracker vehicle with an approximate value of $3,275 for the high school automotive program. Also a donation from Corey Grobner of a 2008 Chevy Impala with an approximate value of $4,300 for the high school automotive program. A donation from Ann Settlage, a 2003 Acura sedan with an approximate value of $1,600 for the high school automotive program. A donation of K&F Auto Sales and Service of a 2011 Nissan Altima with an approximate value of $4,000 also for the high school automotive program. And finally, a donation from Katie Pet Products of a pallet of Timothy grass hay with an approximate value of $2,590 for the high school agricultural department animals. And then item F, payment of district bills and the treasurer's report.
All right, thank you. Would anyone like to pull out anything from the consent agenda and discuss any further?
Not I.
All right, with that, we'll have a motion.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second.
A motion by Ms. Rogers, a second by Ms. Bukta, and a roll call, please, from Ms. Haas.
Mrs. Bukta,
Yes.
Mr. Rogers,
Yes.
Mrs. Selly,
yes,
Mr. Nickram.
Yes. All righty, and moving on to item 4, instruction.
Yes, we'll welcome Mrs. Oakley to the podium. She will provide the board and our larger community a report on this year's 2023 summer school program. Mrs. Oakley.
Thanks. Well, it's nice to be here this evening. Here we are already with another summer school behind us. I want to share some spotlights about our 2023 summer school session tonight. So as a review, we at the School District of Fort Atkinson offer multiple types of programming in the summer. In our elementary level, we offer a K-8 traditional summer school as well as elementary camp offerings. We do so through a non-competitive online sign-up process. We also offer maintenance and intervention offerings in math and English language arts, and work hard to create class offerings that are balanced of physical activity, academic, technology, art, game-based, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. At the secondary level, the vast majority of our offerings are camps, which are shorter length and shorter commitment. We also offer a high school credit recovery, which is a blended approach with teacher support. And last but not least, something that we've been trying to grow is booster camps for our advanced placement offerings. This year, I always like to spotlight new offerings. So our new offerings this summer included some new traditional courses at Purdy and Luther. We offered American Girl World, a new Book Friends class, a Canva Creations class, electronic music production, a Nature Explorers class, photography and video production. We offered a piano, an introduction to piano class, which was very popular, and a class called World of Wheels. In addition, we offered our first dance camp, as well as a stop motion animation camp, and a very first summer school choral camp for our 4th through 6th graders. And then added in a camp for our AP Human Geography this year, which is a new advanced placement class at the high school. Ooh. Thanks. So I like to always give a little overview of how many students participate in summer school. This year we had 1,424 individual students participate in summer school. Of that, a little over half were elementary students. And out of the other half, little over 400 were high school students and 259 for middle school. And that number at middle school is what we've been trying to increase to make sure that those students are also connected to our summer programming. As far as offerings go, I think sometimes people are surprised that out of the 131 offerings, 52 of them were camps. So that is by far the largest group of offerings we provide. The classes that happened at Luther and Purdy would be out of the 37 enrichment classes and the 24 academic classes. So you can see just a quick look at our summer school enrollment trend. So we were happy to see that we are back on an upswing. So even despite the fact that, especially at some of our levels, our enrollment numbers are down, our summer school numbers are strong, and we are higher than we were last year in that 1424 number. A little bit about the staff that we have. We had 100 certified staff members participate in summer school. Of those, 66 were traditional classes, 27 camp teachers, 7 credit recovery teachers. 2/3 of the staff that we had this summer returned to us from the previous year, with 1/3 being hired new for the summer school season. And this year we had 60% were School District of Fort Atkinson employees, 40% were people joining us just for summer school. We had our 3rd STEAM Academy, which was this year's camp was focused on our off-road challenge, where they built off-road vehicles and obstacles and then did different races and activities. So it was, our first year was submarines, last year's was airplane, this year was off-road vehicles. So you can see the fun pictures of kids doing a lot of problem solving and interacting with those off-road vehicles that they built and designed. As we think about next year, something on the front for us is the impact of the elementary construction next summer on summer school. So we'll be having some conversations and plans about what that'll look like. As always, we are focused on retaining and recruiting high-quality summer school staff, as well as pursuing new offerings and maximizing community partnerships. So I thought it's nice to walk you through just some quick glimpses of our summer school classes. So whether it was learning how to sew your own hat or sewing pet beds to donate to the Humane Society, learning about American Girl World, having fun in gymnastics for beginners, creating electronic music, getting an introduction to the Minecraft world, exploring STEM concepts using Legos, playing games, learning how to be safe in Safety City, becoming chess masters. I love the guy on the right here who's like really serious. Like creating works of art and mini sculptors. Building your own rocket. Learning new dance moves in dance camp. Singing in our new summer school choral camp. Making your own armor using anvils. Being part of Mural Marathon and creating art displays for our healthcare institutions in our community. Or fishing and angler education camp. It was an awesome summer. So, like, I always want to thank the big team that makes summer school possible. First and foremost, our teaching staff that bring these experiences to life for kids, our summer school support staff that support the instruction. We couldn't do it without our summer school support staff. The buildings and grounds team are just heroes of the summer school program. We turn our whole system around in 1 week and have things up and running for a whole new system. Thanks to DJ Scullin and his tech team. They're crucial for us in summer school. Chris and the nutrition team just did a great job with breakfasts and lunches this year. My team, as well as the team in the Human Resources Office, Lisa Hollenberger and her Special Education Pupil Services team, and then our summer school principals, Justin Stewart at Purdy, Dave Geiger at Luther, Matt at the middle school, Matt Wolf at the middle school, Leanne Sherrill, Jeff Dye, and Adam Russo at the high school. So, and last but not least, our families and our students. So I can answer any questions you might have about summer school 2023.
Well, it looks like you did a great job. I guess I'm curious, any of these courses, do they apply toward high school credits for graduation?
Yeah, only the credit recovery classes.
Okay.
So students who have previously failed a class can come and make up the learning they didn't finish. We had at different times offered proactive credits. One of the things we were concerned about also is taking teaching slots away during the school year, where sometimes students would want to graduate earlier, those types of things. So we backed off, and at this point, just credit recovery.
The enrollment's been obviously growing over the last 3 years or so. What do you attribute that to?
I think we do our best to try to keep it fresh, keep lots of changes, have new things, continue to hear feedback from families about what they're looking for, as well as I think we've earned the reputation of a high-quality, organized program that people trust, that they're willing to make the effort to get their kids here
Sure.
and pick up in a midday. And a lot of our families, I mean, really are share frequently how appreciative they are of our programming. So I think that when you have a good reputation, people tend to maximize the resource. It's free, and when you think about the opportunities we offer our community, it's just such a nice opportunity to take advantage of that learning and fun
Yeah,
without a cost to the family.
sure, absolutely. Thank you.
I think also there's been a fair amount of work in flexibility. So some of the courses are through the duration of summer school. Some
Yeah.
are different points in the summer. Those camps have gotten a lot of attention. The age-appropriate targeting of some of the opportunities, I think, as well. And in another piece, which Mrs. Oakley noted as well, is we're able to provide students breakfast and lunch, which I think for many families has really become a great part of the regular summer school package. So,
And as I think about this a little bit, I think we're doing a really nice job of meeting the students where they want to be met. For example, middle school camps, you know,
Yes.
my daughter probably doesn't want to wake up that early in the morning, but
Right.
she'll go to a camp. So that's probably a tribute to that as well, is we're meeting them where they want to be met, so,
Yeah, and why most of the camps start after 10.
yeah.
You had mentioned that the middle school attendance, you're trying to get that up. How has that trended over the last few years? Is that attendance been increasing?
Yeah, middle school families like camps because it's low commitment. That's about how long a middle school student wants to commit to something, a week or 2 weeks or a couple days a week for a sequence of weeks. The other part that's done well for us in middle school, as Dr. Abbott referenced, is really trying to lean into the teachers who say, this is what kids are into right now, or this is what students are looking for. For example, this year we had more middle school kids than ever take sewing. We ran more sections of sewing than we've ever run. And so knowing what they want. We ask for their requests during priority registration. If we don't have enough teachers, we recruit them. So we really are able to respond, and in our mind, keeping middle school kids busy. We had middle school kids who volunteered to be helpers at Purdy and Luther. We're slowly earning some credibility in that middle school group to attract them to the offerings we have.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question is how do you determine what their interests are? Do you poll the middle schoolers? Do you ask them for input on like what camps they'd be interested in?
So typically, we have our oldies and goodies that are like Angler Education and some of those that the kids really look forward to. We have a hardcore chess group that comes back every year. The best success I have with middle school camps is when a middle school teacher or a teacher they know has a passion area and chooses to share it in a summer school class. Yeah. So that is really where they connect to, oh, it's this teacher's class, or this is really cool, and this teacher is going to share with us, this topic, and that really plays well for us. It's harder for a teacher that's not a Fort teacher to do camps, so we've really leaned in on our own staff, especially those who want to be involved in summer school but don't want to make that longer 5-week commitment to do the full elementary everyday programming.
I think another element that's been pretty deliberately worked on over the years is integrating some of the music program launches in August as well, whether it be marching band or show choir, yep, or the list goes on. I think pulling those programs or what were traditional August launches into the summer school program has helped certainly with enrollment, but I think it's also added those elements into the package of summer school, and kids are starting to see that package is bigger than what it had been in the past. So,
is open enrollment available for these programs?
If they're enrolled in the Fort Atkinson School District during the school year, they can participate in our summer school programming, as can any resident Fort Atkinson student. So we have a lot of students join us from private schools, and they are always very appreciative of the opportunities we provide as well.
Oh, I love summer school.
What?
I love summer school. But, I mean, it goes to show you that, our students really do like the programming. They want to be involved. And when my high schoolers tell me that they're disappointed because they're in something where they can't go in something else, to me that says huge things. So you guys always do a great job, and I just love summer school here.
Oh, thanks, Amy. We like it when people say there's so many great things to pick from. We had such a hard time picking.
Oh yeah. My kids always have a hard time picking.
Great.
Thanks.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you to all involved.
Yeah.
Thanks, Amy.
Alrighty, thank you for that. We will move on to item 7 for items for future board meetings.
Yes, later this fall, you'll see the 2023-24 academic and career plan, also the district technology report, as well as the behavioral mental health services report, and a report on enrollment, the nutrition services report, Start College Now requests, the 2023-24 budget adjustments, and also just a reminder that School Board Appreciation Week will be coming up the first week of August, 1st through the 7th, and I'll say that because I know you wouldn't. And that, among other items, you'll be seeing in October, November, and December.
Thank you. Alrighty, at this point we have item 8 going into closed session. And we need a resolution on that before proceeding.
Be it resolved that the Board of Education will convene in closed session as authorized under the Wisconsin Statute 19.85 1G to confer with legal counsel for the governmental body who is rendering oral or written advice concerning strategy to be adopted by the body with respect to litigation in which it is or is likely to become involved. And do I continue on? Be it further resolved that the Board of Education will convene in closed session as authorized under Wisconsin Statute 19.85 1E, 19.82 1, 11.70, deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public businesses whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session in preparation for negotiations with Fort Atkinson Education Association.
I'll second.
Right, we have a motion by Ms. Bookta, a second by Ms. Reynolds, and roll call, please, Ms. Haas.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mrs. Selly?
Yes.
Mrs. Bookta?
Yes.
Mrs. Reynolds?
Yes.
Mr. Nickram?
Yes. All right, at this point, we'll go into closed session.
And we'll meet in conference room B just down the hall as soon as everyone is assembled.
May I get a really quick photo?